Hi, this is Richard Fields with this week's report from the fields. If you're a marijuana user, either medically or recreationally, you may be getting a Christmas gift from President Trump. He is reportedly considering issuing an executive order directing federal agencies to consider moving marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug, similar to heroin or fentanyl, to a Schedule 3 drug, similar to ketamine and anabolic steroids. The key word here is consider. Interestingly, the agency which will do the considering is the Drug Enforcement Administration. Terry Cole, the man Trump appointed to be the administrator of the DEA, is on the record as opposing marijuana law liberalization. So is Trump musing about liberalizing marijuana law simply a sop to the pro-cannabis crowd? Or would he be willing to pressure Cole into actually carrying out his suggestion by, say, threatening to fire him? We'll see. The proposed rescheduling would neither decriminalize nor legalize marijuana, but it would open the door to more medical research on the efficacy of the substance, and it will give states more autonomy to write their own laws and regulations on cannabis. But the larger question concerns Trump's willingness to ease the harshness of weed laws. At the same time, he is blowing up speedboats from Argentina under the pretext that they are delivering fentanyl to the United States. Granted, fentanyl is more dangerous to users than cannabis. There are no known overdoses leading to death with marijuana. There are overdoses with fentanyl. But the reason overdoses are an issue with fentanyl is precisely that it is illegal. The size of the dose you get on the black market is difficult to know for sure and could easily be lethal. Fentanyl is already used legally as a painkiller with very few overdoses when administered under medical supervision. The overriding issue is why the government at any level should be involving itself in what substances individuals decide to ingest. Use of any drug should be a decision made by the individual partaking with medical advice if sought. Oh, and one other fact we should all remember is that Trump just signed the Continuing Appropriations and Extensions Act to end the so-called government shutdown. A last-minute rider attached to that bill effectively made, quote, hemp-related intoxicating cannabis products, end quote, illegal. To no one's surprise, the rider was championed by longtime anti-drug warrior Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. What's more interesting is who the lobbyists for the rider were. To no one's surprise, they included the usual drug prohibitionists, but the big money lobbying came from the alcohol industry and the state legal cannabis dispensing industry associations. It was just the tried and true old-fashioned method of eliminating competition. Get the government to outlaw your competitors' products. In this case, hemp-derived low THC products like sodas sold online at gas stations and convenience stores. And yes, the California Cannabis Industry Association and the California Cannabis Operators Association were actively behind these efforts to legally kill their competitors. So in the end, the decimation of the low-level THC hemp industry is the handiwork of the high-level THC state legal cannabis industry. And Trump is trying to take credit in three ways: by directing the DEA consider rescheduling marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, by killing people allegedly delivering drugs in speedboats from Venezuela to the United States and taking credit for saving, quote, millions, unquote, of Americans' lives from fentanyl overdoses, and by signing the bill favoring high THC dose cannabis over low THC dose hemp. What we're really seeing is crocodiles and alligators fighting over who controls the swamp. That's this week's report from the fields. See you again next week.